All right, deep divers, today we're tracing an extraordinary journey. It starts really with this imposing building in Bangkok, the Sino-Thai Tower over in the Soke, a real symbol of, well, construction power. And it ends up at Bain Nor Singh, the Prime Minister's residence, the heart of political power.
Quite the contrast.
Exactly. Our focus. Anutin Charnvirakul, Thailand's 32nd Prime Minister. His path was, let's just say, not entirely predictable.
Not at all.
So we've got articles, bio notes, even bits from a book to sort of unpack his story. The mission here is simple. Cut through the headlines, pull out the key stuff, and give you a shortcut to understanding the guy now leading the country.
Yeah, how that background in business and concrete and crisis really shaped a political player.
Let's dive in.
And what's really striking, I think, right from the start is how those early foundations, they weren't just about building skyscrapers, they were about building resilience, a certain kind of strategic thinking. You don't often see someone go from running a huge construction firm during a massive economic crash to navigating, the complexities of Thai politics and reaching the absolute top.
Yeah, it speaks to a different kind of leadership, maybe. Forged under serious pressure.
Absolutely. And we have to start with the family. Sino-Thai. The name itself is huge in Thai infrastructure. Anutin, he's the eldest son of Anutin Charnvirakul people, called him Pujin, the founder of Sino-Thai Engineering and Construction, Stekon.
And Stekon wasn't just a company, it was one of the big four.
Exactly. Up there with Italian Thai, Chart Karnchang, unique, huge players. That tower in Asoke, that's their legacy in steel and glass, a physical symbol of their influence.
And the family's involvement runs deep. His siblings, Maswin and Enelrod, they're also involved in various businesses.
But it's interesting, despite those deep local roots, his education path took him overseas first.
Yeah, Assumption College here, but then Hofstra University in the U.S. for engineering. Graduated in '89.
And he didn't just walk into the family firm day one. His first job was actually in New York, production engineer for Mitsubishi Corporation.
Right. Only after that, and a mini MBA from Thammasat in '90, did he really jump into the Sino-Thai world.
And when he jumped, he moved fast. Joined Sino-Thai in 1990, the parent company 92, and by 95, he's managing director.
That's quick.
Very. And he talked about bringing in a modern management style. This is important, I think. He wanted to move away from that traditional sort of paternalistic family business feel.
Less about who you know, more about what you do.
Pretty much. Clear responsibilities, performance focus, merit, making sure people knew their jobs and got results. It was quite forward-thinking for that time, trying to professionalize things.
Okay, so he's establishing this modern approach, shaking things up a bit.
Yeah.
And then, bam, 1997, the Tom Yum-kun crisis.
Yeah, a seismic shock is right, a national disaster, really. And Sino-Thai, even being one of the giants, got hit incredibly hard.
What kind of numbers are we talking?
They were facing something like $100 million in debt. That's 5 billion baht back then. Colossal.
Wow. So survival mode.
Absolutely. Not just managing, surviving. He had to lead them through bankruptcy, court rehabilitation. Imagine that pressure. Managing cash flow down to the last baht.
And he pulled it off.
He did. They successfully exited rehab by 2000. That says a lot about his ability to handle extreme pressure, his tenacity. He stayed as MD until 2004, refining things, but then stepped down. Crucially, though, he kept his stake, remained a major shareholder.
That crisis experience,
Yeah.
it must have been formative.
Oh, absolutely. If you connect the dots, navigating a $100 million debt crisis isn't just about business plans. It's about hard choices, negotiation, pragmatism under fire.
Real-world consequences.
Exactly. Thousands of jobs, the family name on the line. That kind of pressure forces a certain kind of thinking, solutions-focused, adaptable, resilient. It's not theoretical. It's very tangible.
A different kind of training ground than, say, pure politics or academia.
Definitely. And I think that practical, results-driven mindset, that resilience, probably became a core part of his political toolkit later on.
So that experience, that blend of pragmatism and crisis management, it sets the stage for his move into politics, which didn't happen overnight either, right?
No, he started kind of quietly, an advisory role first to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Prachop Chayasarn.
Okay.
Then his first proper ministerial post came in 2004. Under Thaksin Shinawatра's government, he was Deputy Minister of Public Health and then Deputy Minister of Commerce.
Getting his feet wet in the cabinet.
But that initial run got cut short. The 2006 coup changed everything.
Right, the coup and the dissolution of Thai Rak Thai.
Exactly. And because Anutin was a party executive, he got slapped with a 5-year ban from politics.
A major setback. Could have been the end of a political career right there.
For many, it would be, but for him, it seems more like it was a pause, a forced break to maybe rethink, strategize.
It's interesting, isn't it? What do you do during 5 years out in the political wilderness?
Well, whatever he did, when that ban lifted, he didn't just, sign up with someone else's party.
No, he built his own, co-founded Bumjatai with Nuin Chitchop.
And by 2012, he's leading it. That's a statement. Not just coming back, but coming back as the boss of his own show.
Yeah, that decision to build his own political vehicle, how significant was that?
Hugely significant. It meant he wasn't just a follower or, beholden to another faction. He was carving out his own space, defining his own brand, his own platform.
Building his own power base.
Precisely. And you saw that play out in 2019 when Bumjatai joined the coalition under General Prayut. Anutin didn't just get a seat at the table, he got major roles. Deputy PM and Minister of Public Health.
Which, given what was coming, turned out to be incredibly high profile.
You could say that. The COVID-19 pandemic hit, and suddenly the public health minister is under an intense national spotlight and facing a lot of criticism.
Yeah, I remember the controversy around that Kryjok comment, calling the virus trivial or insignificant.
Right. He later clarified, said he meant it was manageable if people took responsibility for their own health, but the initial wording, it didn't land well, caused quite a stir.
And there were other concerns too, weren't there? About vaccines, masks, the speed of help.
Yes, procurement issues, the pace of aid delivery, all those things came under scrutiny. It was a pressure cooker environment, and it really tested his communication, his crisis management in a very public way.
Those moments really define a leader, don't they? How you handle that intense public glare when you're responsible for, the nation's health.
It must have been a trial by fire, and maybe those challenges actually reinforced his core political strategy moving forward.
How so?
Well, you see, this philosophy emerged described in that book, Miru, Minu, the saying. Noktai mi kan, kantang mi peren.
A bird needs feathers, a person needs friends.
Exactly. And this wasn't just a nice saying. It seemed to become his operating manual. He was actively shifting his image, moving away from being just the kunsia, the powerful businessman type,
Right.
towards being seen as a serious, self-made party leader. The sources mention him deliberately making his public speaking style more authoritative, more serious.
But the real engine was the networking, the friends part.
Oh, absolutely. He took that philosophy to heart. The networking described is exhaustive. Meticulous, really.
Across the board.
Completely. Building relationships with the media, not just editors, but reporters on the ground. Talking to all political parties, even rivals. Reaching out to different colored shirt groups, those political factions.
And the establishment, too. Civil service, military, police.
Them too. Plus the business world, naturally. It was like a strategy of constant connection. The sources say he'd show up everywhere. Weddings, funerals, other parties, events, you name it.
Even if Bumjatai just got a junior person sent to their events in return.
Apparently so. The principle was better to have too much than too little when it came to connections, allies, potential goodwill. It was a real long game he was playing.
That's not just being sociable. That's building serious political capital.
Exactly. And that deep, wide network proved absolutely essential later on, especially in the unpredictable world of Thai coalition building.
Which brings us to 2023. The election happens, and Bumjatai becomes a key player again, this time in coalition with Thai.
Right. And Anutin lands major roles again. Deputy PM, and this time the very powerful Ministry of Interior under PM Sretha Thavisin. He positioned himself and his party as indispensable once more.
Okay, so he's back in a powerful spot. But then things get complicated internally.
That's what the sources suggest, a conflict brewing within the government. Specifically, talk about an influential figure, someone outside the official party structures, wanting Thai to get the Interior Ministry back.
Ah, a power play over a key ministry.
Seems like it, and according to reports, that was the trigger. On June 18th, Anutin makes a huge move. He pulls Bumjatai out of the coalition.
Wow, that's a gamble. High stakes.
Massive gamble. But then, almost immediately, the whole political landscape shifts dramatically. Patongtarn Shinawatra, who was seen as a likely PM candidate.
She gets disqualified.
Yes, because of that leaked audio clip involving the Cambodian Senate President Hun Sen, suddenly there's a vacuum at the top.
And Anutin moves fast.
Incredibly fast. The sources paint a picture of immediate action. He opens negotiations with the People's Party, demonstrating just how effective that wide network was.
Using those connections he'd built over years?
Exactly. They quickly agree on forming a 4-month interim government. It was a strategic masterstroke, really. It bought time, created a new, albeit temporary, power alignment right when the old one crumbled.
So the withdrawal from the coalition, Padongtarn's disqualification, and his immediate move to form an interim government.
It all flowed together, creating the pathway. It allowed him to step into that vacuum and become Thailand's 32nd prime minister. It was seizing the moment, but a moment created, arguably, by years of patient groundwork and a willingness to act decisively, perhaps reflecting that business background against letting opportunity and moving quickly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's quite a story. Anutin Charnvirakul's journey from, construction boss navigating a huge economic crisis to building his own political party, weathering a global pandemic in a key ministry, and then making this incredibly bold strategic play to reach the premiership.
It really highlights a unique mix, doesn't it? Business discipline, crisis management skills, and this deep, almost obsessive focus on political networking.
He definitely didn't follow a standard path. He built his influence brick by brick, connection by connection, and then seized his chance. So now he's prime minister. And Thailand faces, well, a lot of complex challenges. Given everything we've just talked about, his background, his methods, what do you, our listeners, think will define his time in office? Will it be that hard-nosed pragmatism honed in business, that resilience shown during crises, or maybe that intricate skill for building alliances we saw play out so dramatically? Something to think about.